lady. He doesn't understand the fact that they use the poop tickets quite a lot. Sean can attest to this.
How much is a lot?
Yeah, define a lot, because I want to know.
Usually, like, if my girlfriend comes over, I know a quarter of the roll is gone at that point.
No, that's not me.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
That's because Bonnie's
and a three. Let's get started.
Oh, hi.
If my girlfriend comes over, I know a quarter of the roll
Okay,
is
go
gone.
ahead, get started.
Sean.
Yeah, it's been going since 6.
Damn it. Welcome to Get Your Poop Tickets Here. I am your host, Jay Fry, and with me is Sean.
Hello.
Way to mention when you start the stream, buddy.
Yeah, well, you know, it had a
And,
date on it, or a timestamp on it.
And Josh. How's it going, Josh?
It's going well. I'm making lots of noise because, well, I'm trying to make dinner.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hungry.
Get a noise. What's going on, Garrick?
Not a whole bunch. I'm hanging out with you faggots.
So
That
it's
seems a little inappropriate.
That's overly harsh.
I think you're being overly critical, and I don't like it. And special guest tonight, the Buns. How's it going, Bunny?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Excellent. I am not on lockdown. How about everybody else?
I am not.
I am
Oklahoma's
not.
not on lockdown. Okay, not on lockdown.
I am on mandatory lockdown.
And we don't care about Garrick because we already got the answer.
Hey now, you watch yourself. I'm looking at this graph right now: facial hairstyles and filtering face piece respirators.
3 weeks ago when that came out.
I don't know. I'm just looking. I saw it the first time. I'm looking at it again.
Like 6 of those are like the same mustache. I don't know what's going on here. Apparently, if there's a strong wind from the north, I've got a completely different mustache than I do if there's a southerly breeze.
I'm trying to see why.
Garrett, huh?
I think I'm.
Yeah, I didn't say anything. I love it.
I'm just gonna go ahead and call him Mick Garrett because I'm gonna.
McGarrick. It's understandable, Macron. This kind of weirdness happens.
It's all good, Macron. It's all good.
So, what's there to talk about?
How many rolls of toilet paper have you gone through since this whole thing began? Me? I haven't even gone through one.
We've probably gone through 3 or 4.
Well, that's because you haven't eaten anything, Missy.
I mean, you're not wrong, but that's minor details.
No, it is not minor details, Sticky.
I've eaten some stuff.
Possible woo flu.
Still waiting on the test results, guys. Apparently it takes a while to come back here.
How many
I don't
shows?
believe you. She's a
movies have you
typhoid
binge
Mary.
watched? How much stuff have you watched on Netflix, Hulu, other streaming services? Anything good?
A lot.
A lot. Oh. I know they had that new show called The Hunted, or is it The Hunted or The Hunt?
It's
On,
The Hunt.
No, not the movie. The show with Scarface. What's his face?
Oh.
Al Pacino.
Hunters.
Hunters.
That's on Amazon Prime.
How is it?
I wouldn't know. I'm not going to watch that dribble.
I'm kind of tempted to. I need to watch Midway first.
Oh, Hunters actually looks like it might be okay.
Is that the Nazi one?
Yeah.
Ass.
Yeah. I'm kind of done about Nazi bad guys at this point. I'm like, can't we just talk about the commies?
Yeah. Like, in total, Nazis killed 11 million people. All said and done. 25 million. I was gonna say Asians, but apparently China's a race now. So China's died in that same war between China and Japan.
How is it that the left can conflate ethnicity and nationality? It's mind-boggling.
Who dropped out?
I said, how can...
Oh, Jay dropped out.
Oh,
Kind of
you were
important.
Yeah. Well, probably... Yeah, let's just do it this way.
Oh,
There we go.
So what? Are
I'm
you doing?
wondering what kind of stress this is going to put on servers, Sean, with everybody being home using the internet.
Well, I'm sure the bandwidth is going to suffer more than the servers themselves. But
Yeah.
if the folding at home bump is any indication, it's going to be big. They're starting to ration. Well, they've got slowdowns in Europe, and I know that YouTube and I think Amazon and maybe even Netflix have started to throttle folks in Europe down to, I think, 480p.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Plus, kids from
Glad
home
I
are being
got
told.
DVDs.
Yeah, kids from home are being told to they still have work to do. So that's shitty on a whole different level, especially if you've got one computer and 3 kids have to do schoolwork.
yeah, but coming from someone who is homeschooled, really you can get all your schoolwork done in like 2-3 hours. And if
You
you
were
have 3
homeschooled?
kids, that's yeah, I couldn't tell.
That explains the personality. Garrick, how long were you homeschooled?
Good timing there, Jay. Love it.
Now you can usually tell when somebody's homeschooled. James.
Is James here? Oh, he is.
Yeah, he's here. He's in chat.
Yep. So apparently somebody stole a bunch of test kits from Tucson.
Did
What you
they?
got on that?
I got nothing on that.
What
I've been working my ass off like crazy because apparently I'm essential staff.
Well, that just
Ow.
means job security.
Well, not
It
really, because
does.
they're cutting hours. So
You're one of the last guys fired.
well, if it's any indication of the last place I worked, yeah, I'll probably be the last one to turn off the lights and lock the door. That's happened to me before twice.
It's
Can't they just sell one of their ships? I'm sure they'll be fine.
I guess I mean,
I'll tell you what. I did a bodyguard stint for just a short time period, but we went out to sea pretty far to sea in this yacht. It was absolutely gorgeous, and then slowly but surely, the entire sky went black. Like we were looking up at the stars, and it was amazing. Whole sky goes black. We're flipping out while one of the guys just starts to laugh because there was a cruise ship coming. It wasn't even on the horizon yet, but those things are so fucking bright that it blanketed out it was a city on the ocean,
Yes.
and it completely destroyed any night vision we had. Lit it up, and it glowed for hours. Those fucking things are hauling too, because it blew past us.
Yeah, they're not slow.
Yeah. Apparently, they got shit to do. They're not just there to float. They blocked out the entire sky, like as if you were living in a major city. Like out here in the country, we can see the night sky, but it's nothing like on the out on the ocean with no other boats. And then fucking, I don't know. the Palm Queen Caribbean bullshit from Norwegian land comes by and lights us the fuck up. It's beautiful though. But you really don't understand how big those boats are until you see one, like in real life.
No, they're basically lay a skyscraper on its side and put it on the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's even a different perspective when you're on the water with it than you are standing at a dock. Because they're taller.
Weren't they going to make a second Titanic?
There were 3 Titanics, technically. The Titanic had 2 sister ships, the Titania and the Britannia. Or no, the Titanic, the Olympia, and the Britannica.
Mm.
And the Olympic ended up becoming a wartime ship, and it is the only ship credited with a destruction of a German U-boat. There's a lot of there's myths around the Titanic that it was shoddy workmanship and they were cutting corners and stuff. Absolutely not, because the Olympic literally charged into a German U-boat and fucked it up in half and kept going. It completed the war. It survived the war. How's that meatloaf coming, Josh? Christ.
It's coming great.
Good.
Coming great. I'm mixing it right now.
Yeah, we can tell.
Mute me, God damn it! I'll mute myself after.
Don't make me mute me.
Still funny.
It is.
It really is.
I can't mute him. All right.
Sean can.
Do we even have any topics?
Well, there's
Terry, to answer your question, I think he was probably going to sell them on the black market. Just saying.
the test kits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's probably saving them for family.
Well, then you don't need a ton. You just need enough.
If you're taking one, you might as well take them all, right?
I mean, depends on how big.
When you put the money in the newspaper box, you take all of the papers.
That's how Sean made his living as a newspaper boy.
Alternative.
What kind of bullshit are you into here, paper boy?
So we can quite honestly and literally say that Josh is tossing his meat.
Yeah, I am. I'm done. Actually.
So
2 pounds of hamburger meat, oats and egg, and all that wonderful jazz.
So Mandatory Carey responded to my comment about the ocean, and to prove that he is in fact another lover of the sea, he says, "I." Being a sea is another universe totally. Yeah.
Oh, one interesting piece of news. You remember all those spring breakers down in wherever the fuck they were?
Florida.
Florida and Australia.
Florida. Yeah, apparently they tested positive for coronavirus. So, congrats.
Imagine
That's not the worst on the list of things they tested positive for that weekend.
Yeah, that's definitely not the worst.
But it's the one that everyone's concerned with.
Remember that,
I want the T-shirt. I went
the
to Spring Break 2020, and all I came back with was coronavirus.
Yep.
Remember that joke test kit form that came back and it was like coronavirus negative, flu negative.
Everything was negative except for HIV.
Yep.
Yeah. Good news, guys. I do not have coronavirus. Ooh.
I mean, they were pouring beer and licking each other's butts or something in some of those videos I saw. I mean, why would they not test positive for corona, let alone other things?
Because they're degenerate human beings, that's why.
That's true.
What's the Titanic too?
I thought the Britannica
second Titanic.
would be a hospital ship. Yeah, that could be right.
I was pretty sure the Britannica was the hospital ship, but I don't remember what the Olympic was doing, so it could have been the hospital ship as well.
Yeah.
I said the Titanica because I was thinking of the Titan, from the book. There was a book written a couple years before, and it had this amazing ship that would never be destroyed, just going down in the water.
Funny how that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a movie.
Yeah. So, who do we know who has the coronavirus? My personal favorite right now is Harvey Weinstein.
Same. Is it Ron Paul or Rand Paul? I think it's Ron Paul.
Rand. Yeah, but he's asymptomatic, so start hugging the fucking seniors of the party. Do us all a favor, Rand.
Yeah. Lift us up on your eagle wings and help us.
So, do you guys think that Trump dissed Mitt or no?
Trump did what?
So Trump was informed today by the press that Mitt Romney is under quarantine. And he made a comment that people are taking one way or the other. Either he was sarcastic about it, Mitt getting coronavirus, or he was genuinely upset about it.
I doubt he was upset about it.
What was the comment?
Let me see if I can find it.
Was it Rand Paul shouldn't know?
No, this is a Mitt comment.
Give me a minute.
Oh, Mitt Romney's happy that Rand Paul got the coronavirus?
No, Trump is commenting on Mitt's quarantine, is what I believe is
Oh, Mitt's quarantine.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy?
Yeah.
That'd be my comment. Super nice
and I
guy.
quote,
oh, gee, too bad.
That's too bad.
Oh, that's weak.
I mean, well, too bad. I don't.
How affronted do I need to be that somebody is in self-quarantine, having not tested positive for the coronavirus?
We can dig it, Sean. Calm it down.
I think he's a senator. So I mean,
go on.
I don't know.
I mean,
well, he's a senator. If all the other senators are out there and not self-quarantining or whatever, like, what makes him any different? Now, playing devil's advocate, I understand self-quarantine because you can carry the virus but not have any symptoms, and you could carry it to someone else who could die from it. I mean, that's the main thing here. That's why they want people to stay home. But I mean, if all the other senators are there, why shouldn't he not be there, or why should he not be there? You know, I don't know. I think it's dumb.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Well, it gives them the ability to not have to vote on the bill,
which is being
they
really
could phone it in.
Molested.
Yeah,
by the Dems. It's unemployment on steroids. That's what we're calling it.
Yes.
We're giving like $1 bajillion to cunts who don't work.
It's even more than that. They're having all these other demands that have nothing to do with the current situation, really.
Welcome to Washington fucking D.C.
Pretty much. And that's really the whole reason that Sean's angry all the time.
We're like, it's a living nightmare.
Shh, Jay, I'm trying to distract.
Oh, you are.
Fuck off.
Like,
All right,
my 1940s fucking can opener out to.
Maybe I should put it in this chat.
Because I bought a can of pasta for the topping. Or spaghetti sauce.
There you go.
I did see that there are these posts that were growing in popularity, saying that
Tar and
people
feather the
should,
politicians?
well, no, intentionally get the coronavirus and go to Trump rallies.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was seeing those too.
Mm-hmm.
But we're the problem? Okay.
Well, that's more or less. They did the same thing when they were talking of Unite the Right. They wanted to get the HIV infected amongst them to call themselves out, to be poked with pins, and to stab with pins the racist white people because they deserve it, because their opinion is different about races. To give them AIDS.
Not a crime in California.
No, not a crime in California.
Not a felony in California. It's still a crime. It's a misdemeanor. Thank you, Mr. What was his name? Cock? Wiener? What is it, Wiener?
No, Wiener's New York.
Yeah.
No, I think it might have been like Wiener or fucking hot dog or something. It is. It's very dick
Governor
related.
Jerry Brown.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Jerry Brown who he signed it, but no, it was somebody with a very dickish name, because he was also the one responsible for the fight on name calling to make that a crime. Like, wants to get rid of AIDS, but add on hurt feelings. Which one does more damage in the long run to your health?
Did anybody else hear about the Olympic commissioner's name? Speaking of dickish names.
Dick Trickle? No, Dick Pound.
No, Dick Pound.
Dick Trickle.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah. Poor Bunny. She's like, I don't want to laugh, but it's funny.
That poor guy. See, I just know like what kids did to make fun of my name growing up, which we're not going to say my name on here, but
Right.
I can only imagine the bullying that he got growing up, and even now to this day.
I'm not gonna think about it.
I'm trying to find the name of that California dude.
Pretty sure it's Dick Trickle. No, I think it was Wiener or something. I'm pretty sure it was a redhead.
Scott Wiener.
Scott Wiener. Told you.
Yeah.
It was Wiener.
Scott Wiener and Todd Gloria.
Did he also join in on the hurtful names one as well?
Yep.
It's Gloria, not Glory Hole. Stop it, guys. Give me back my braces. I didn't mean braces, but that's a whole different level of bullying right there. Ripping out everyone's fucking teeth. What's it called? The what's that thing you put on your head?
The headgear?
Headgear, yeah. It's definitely not the name, but that's what you call it.
I'm so happy I didn't have headgear. Woo! That's a whole nother level of nerdum.
I had braces. Did I tell you guys a story of my nephew when he went from braces to retainer and he threw it away in his lunch? It was under the Obama administration. Yeah, the wife and I get a text that Charlie threw away his $800 retainer.
Oof.
And to pull him out of school and throw him in the dumpster. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'd do it for free. So we check the nephew into the dumpster, and he throws it out. About 4 bags in, we've seen a lot of apples, just tons of apples, and like a weird number of milks. So kids are throwing away the apples, and I'm like, thanks, Michelle Obama, way to starve the kids with your new lunch program. We find the retainer, wash it off and everything. He puts it in his mouth, and he can't fit it right because it's not his retainer.
Ooh.
No.
Garbage retainer. That's what he found. So I'm like, all right. And he goes to toss it back in. I'm like, somebody else lost their retainer. we're gonna put it in the office because we're awesome and went dumpster diving. And he goes, I don't wanna. So I realize he's like, because then they're gonna mention me that I found it, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll turn it into the office. So eventually, after a couple more bags later, we find it, and one of the bags was just full of like carrots and apples that didn't get eaten at lunch, and they were all thrown away. So yeah, you're literally starving our kids. It's not making them any healthier, Michelle. And as long as they have options of candy, they'll buy the candy if they're hungry.
Yeah, well, that's actually something that I've been seeing on You're Gonna Laugh TikTok recently, is that people are actually coming out to say that this pandemic has actually brought up the issues about Michelle Obama's lunch program that we've all been saying since it went into effect.
It's the only thing getting chucked.
Yep.
You know, the rest of the food's all frozen, but they had to throw away the carrots and the apples and the whatever other bullshits. My guess is the Brussels sprouts stayed because those were frozen in cartons until. I actually used to like Brussels sprouts.
I still do, if they're cooked right. It's real easy to fuck them up.
Well, the microwave Brussels sprouts were particularly good in the tray. They came in little trays, and you just poked a couple of holes with a fork.
I don't think I ever had those.
They're good.
I think I've only had Brussels sprouts once when I was a kid, and I did not like them. I haven't had them since.
You can peel them and make chips out of them, and they're really good.
Ooh.
Listen, I don't want to hear any more of your diabetic bullshit. You take that crap over to the vegans.
I mean, kale chips are good too. Not to sound like that
Also,
person.
no.
Anything's good with enough salt, okay?
You and Sean can go over to the vegan bullshit.
Have you noticed that that's not getting bought? There's plenty of vegan food.
Well, I saw once, it was, if anyone's asking what the healthy stuff in the store is, it's what's left.
Yeah, pretty much.
Really? I thought proteins were healthy, like meat and that sort of stuff. Especially when you cook them.
You know, I'm a part of a couple of carnivore groups on Facebook, and you will never see a hot dog or like a sausage shaped like a carrot because it's not appetizing.
Yeah.
But they want to make the Impossible Burger. The only thing I've seen that's remotely vegetarian-ish is carnivore lasagna. And I think that was just because they created carnival noodles or carnival noodles, carnivore noodles, and they needed to do something with it, so they made a lasagna out of it. So I'm like, what the fuck are you gonna do with these carnivore noodles? Diz got me on this. The really thick pasta noodles, and instead of putting like making a sauce to dip them in egg yolk from a fried egg, and that's not carnivore, but it's a delicious gravy. So I don't really think I'd want that if I had basically really flat scrambled eggs and then a fried egg on top of it.
I mean, carbonara is just egg yolks that are tempered into warm pasta with cheese, salt, pepper, and pancetta or bacon. The yolk is what makes it creamy.
Why is Chris Benoit trending?
Who?
Chris Benoit murdered his wife, killed himself.
Oh.
Why is he trending? Is this an anniversary, or did the guy who committed suicide die?
Are there people out there calling him daddy?
Yeah, he did just strangle her. So somebody did. I have no
because
idea.
I stumbled into one of those sections of the internet this week that you don't go to. And apparently, people really love serial killers. Like, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes,
it's terrifying. I mean, why would they call Ted Bundy daddy? Like, number one, that's already cringy, but really?
Like I've seen video of Ted Bundy. I've seen pictures of Ted Bundy. This is Zac Efron. Ted Bundy is no Zac Efron. he's not even a good looking guy. First off, but they're like he was a really good looking guy. I'm like, maybe for 1971, before people had eyeballs. Chris Jericho talks Chris Benoit on the episode of Dark Side of the Ring, so that's why it's trending.
I do like me some Chris Jericho. He is great in Fozzy.
Whatever you say.
All I know is right now my kitchen is smelling delicious.
Did you guys ever play Borderlands 2?
Yes.
No, I played the original, but not 2.
Okay. So in Borderlands 2, if you shoot one of the midget cannibals with something that causes fire damage, they catch on fire. And as they die, they scream, "I smell delicious."
Cute.
Well,
that's fucking awful on like so many levels because they're cannibals.
I smell delicious.
I do remember. Oh, good lord.
One's good. It's from Carnivore or kind of COVID idiots, and it's the Batman slapping Robin. He says, "YOLO, I'm young and healthy." He said, "You killed Alfred, you prick."
Jeez.
So I watched the Jay and Silent Bob reboot this weekend.
We use the remote too far. What's your fucking excuse?
I like Kevin Smith movies.
Oh. I've literally attended his lecture and I'm cringing at you.
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it's not a great movie. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't call it masterpiece theater or anything like that. But if you like Kevin Smith movies, it's a good movie. It references every other movie he's ever made.
Chasing Amy wasn't bad. I liked Mallrats and Clark's.
Chasing Amy is definitely his best movie.
Yeah.
That is an underrated movie.
I have never seen a Kevin Smith film.
That's probably for the best.
You know, they're not bunny friendly.
Not for your sensitivity, no.
Oh boy.
Not visual wise though. I mean, well, there's definitely a movie without a penis in it. I believe that's Alan Rickman's not a penis, by the way. Pretty sure.
That's true.
Right?
Dogma was a great movie too.
Yeah. Wasn't that Alan Rickman who showed the knot crotch?
Yep. One of the better Alan Rickman movies.
They're all pretty good.
Yeah, it's hard pressed to find one that he's in that isn't good.
Yeah.
Even the weepy chick flicks that I don't particularly care for, he's still pretty good in them.
Oh no, I haven't seen those, but like Galaxy Quest,
I
Robin
loved
Hood.
Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest is amazing.
It is. It's such a good film.
I mean, he's
It has
just
no
a
business
voice.
being as good as it is.
Yeah. Um, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I think I've
Fun
seen that.
fact: Professor Quirrell and Professor Snape played the same character. I'm gonna buy a new book this weekend.
Yeah, but what's that midget's name?
Warwick Davis.
Yeah, Warwick
That's
Davis.
Professor Flitwick.
He's
I
in a
said
lot of
Flitwick,
movies. He
not
was in Willow. He was in Legend. He was in.
Sadly, he was in most of the Leprechauns.
Yes.
I feel
I
like
like
I'm
the guy,
dying.
but Jesus Christ.
Hey, Josh, you still there?
Yes. Yes.
Did you delete your Discord profile?
Did I delete my Discord profile?
Yeah.
No.
I just got a Discord notification.
Yeah, I invited you to a particular server. Could you forward that to Josh? Because I can't seem to find his profile.
What?
I don't know if I have it, Josh. Let's see. Constantine. Deleted user. Somebody with the name Coochie Nabber.
I'm sending you a message right now.
It's no worse than Dick Pound.
Oh, I got Poet on here. Fucking Howie.
Nah.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
profile
have.
pic. It does
I
look
don't-
like
Loveline.
glasses. I'm gonna say that.
Got Sean. I got Steven.
Yeah, I don't have Josh on here.
Honey.
Well, someone got drunk at Discord.
Joined.
Big Red Doggy joined. Which reminds me, mute notifications. All right. What? Oh, that's not good. There's a toilet paper in England called Corona.
There's a patron saint of
That's not good.
named Corona.
The word just means crown, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wipe your
Did you
ass
know
with
the
the
Saint
crown.
Corona?
Yeah, which kind of makes it funny if that's a UK sort of brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys,
What?
did you know there was a Corona or a Saint Corona?
Yeah, patron
Yeah.
saint Corona. That's the patron saint of epidemics.
Yeah, nailed it.
Also, in the movie Tangled, Rapunzel was in quarantine in the kingdom of Corona.
Of crown. That just makes it lazy.
United States, 44,000 confirmed, 560 deaths, 178 recovered.
Jeez, we were at 31,000 yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, over the weekend, that's a probably culmination of a couple days. But yeah, the number's going to go up because basically, we had fewer test kits, and everyone we tested basically came back positive because we were only using them on cases that we said all of the factors are there, like all the diagnostic factors are there. They probably have the virus, and then they got tested, and lo and behold, they had the virus. So, yeah, they had the virus. And as we get more test kits available to us, we're going to test people, and they're also going to have the virus.
So I wonder what mine's gonna say because I had literally every symptom of the virus, including lung damage, but that all could be because of pneumonia too. So
Well, I called and asked. They said, "Stop calling!" Jesus.
I know I have a friend here. She's like, I could call for you. I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you
No.
anything. Yeah. Geez, like it's awful. So the test is this swab, like what they normally do for the regular influenza test, but it goes up even higher than a normal flu test, and then they send it off to the lab. Now in Louisiana, there's only I think a couple main labs that they get sent to, and they're all overwhelmed. So it's taking, I mean, it'll be a week tomorrow since they send in my test result.
I think the
Or
best way to
since
go
send in my
about it
test.
is just assume that you do have it and take appropriate steps.
Exactly. Everyone should. Even if you don't have it, you should assume that you do have it and act accordingly.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because, I mean, ultimately, you could have it, but not have the symptoms of it, and then spread it to someone else. So assume you have it,
Yeah. Stay away from the fucking
self-quarantine for
elderly
2
people.
weeks. Yeah, and
Like if
immunocompromised.
mhm. Like not only when you get to like if you're a nurse or something like that and you work in, the wards, not only do you wipe your computer down after you use it, you wipe it down or before you use it, you wipe it down after you use it because the next person might not wipe it
Yeah.
down. Trump administration tells states to not release unemployment numbers to the public, says some suspicious ass website that doesn't have their name in the title.
Ugh.
Like, yeah, go fuck yourself. These unemployment numbers aren't realistic, no matter what. First off, you're gonna have people who haven't worked in 5 years start applying for unemployment because they're just gonna get greenlit because the numbers are overwhelming.
Yeah.
But this Democrats hate America is trending, and a surprising amount of these people are anti-Trump for Democrats hate America.
Huh.
But it's the pick one: coronavirus is a Democrat hoax, or Dems hate America for not passing coronavirus relief. It can be both.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. The people who are dying off are mainly Trump supporters, and the people who aren't are mainly Bernie supporters. So, I mean, there's a conspiracy there. Not saying it's right,
No,
but
that's
that is the
bullshit.
conspiracy that I have come across
That's
that was
bullshit.
interesting.
That's not true.
I know,
It's not
I
true
know.
that most of the people dying are Trump supporters,
I know.
but those that have died have switched to Democrat. So we'll see.
Oh.
It's funny because it's true.
I said
Well,
it to somebody like the day after their I'm like, I think the worst part is now your grandpa's voting Democrat. He's like, fuck, that was soon. I'm like, I know, but yeah, no excuse. It was. It was just too soon. Sorry about your loss.
Well,
But
then
you're the one who
Anybody
posted
watch
anyway.
the Joe Biden shit show today?
No.
Ooh.
No? Well, how about?
I don't know. I didn't
Sleepy
watch it,
Joe.
but I heard it was a shit show. He had apparently a teleprompter glitch and just came off looking like the confused, befuddled old man that he actually is.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was just standing at the podium, like waiting for some kind of prompt that everything was over, and he just stood there blankly for a solid 4 seconds. Just, nah, dude, gotta move, gotta get out of there.
That and the one that they showed last night where he was ended his speech and they didn't know when to cut, and his wife came on and they awkwardly kissed, I guess you could call that.
Oh, at the end, was that made for the public, or is that something somebody kind of stole and put out there, like a birdie, bro?
No idea.
Because sometimes you're just hanging out after something cuts.
How is that guy leading the Democratic polls, man? I don't get it. I mean, I get not liking Bernie, but come on.
I don't know. He's really creepy. And there's a lot of people that are like confused as to how he's leading too. I mean, ultimately it'd be good for Trump, I guess, but I mean, really? I'm sure Gabbard is gonna try to suck up to him to be VP.
She already did suck up to him. She went yay Biden.
Yep.
But yeah, Democrats blocked the 1.8 trillion stimulus. 1.8 trillion is literally half of what we take in taxes, and we've already spent $1 trillion in the stock market.
Yeah.
Literally, we bring in 3.6 million in revenue. 3.6 trillion in revenue, taxes, and 1.8 is half.
Remind me to file my taxes tomorrow so I actually get my return this year.
Oh, I already filed mine. I filed mine February 2nd.
Yeah, I'm usually early on that. This year I was kind of late.
I'm usually early too, but this year I kind of got sidelined with, butt tons of work. So.
Well, what did they have you doing that's so damn critical?
Sending everybody home and maintaining them to work online.
With laptops, or do you have to send them home with whole fucking desktops?
Well, no, we replaced the ones in our satellite office with mini desktops that go in the back of monitors, so they're small little tiny units. And then everybody in Florida is getting laptops.
And see, with me, it was the opposite. All my coworkers have laptops, and I had to have my desktop from the office. So I have the full-blown desktop with my card reader and token reader and everything.
After this stream tonight, I gotta go back to work and do some more shit. So. On the plus side, I'm getting OT, which is nice, but
right?
They're going to take that away next week.
Oh,
did you say O2?
OT.
Overtime.
I know OT is overtime, but I thought you said O2, and I'm like, heavy oxygen?
Well,
that's what I need.
Are they pumping it in?
That's what they got to do to keep everybody working, I guess.
Oh, send me some of that oxygen.
Plus, it's not like the Vegas casinos are using it.
Oh, that's an old rumor right there. Brought back to the forefront.
We're still live.
So they want $1,200 per person, $2,400 couple, $500 child, $250 billion in unemployment insurance, $350 billion small business loan program, $100 billion for hospitals, $11 billion for vaccine, $4.5 billion for the CDC, $20 billion for veterans healthcare, $12 billion for K-12 education. I don't know why K-12 education's getting anything. No one's there.
Yeah, don't even get me started on that nonsense.
$5 billion for FEMA and $10 billion for the airports. I don't know why the airports need it. Nothing they have is expiring. They don't even feed you anymore on planes. So their peanuts aren't going stale.
They can't have peanuts on planes anymore. Too many people are allergic.
Mm-hmm.
There needs a culling.
We have one. They just don't want to let it happen.
All right. Time for a Corona Pact. Everybody lick a popsicle stick.
All right.
By the way, if my business did that, I don't care how much I like the owner. I'm not licking a fucking popsicle stick everybody else licked. I don't care how much you pay me. You're not spitting in my fucking mouth. Steven?
No, that's what you pay for.
Well, that's a whole other world out there I don't want to know about.
I was just thankful for a porn star the other day, and they were talking about like, don't just spit in somebody's mouth. Ask them first. I'm like, what? What fucking train did I miss? This is disgusting. Like, you've been pretty helpful in like this topic, but you guys just went off the rail here with asking if you can spit in their mouth. Who wants to do that?
I don't know.
And now I want to
Dude,
do
when
that.
they do that in porn, it's freaking disgusting.
Yeah. It's like, how close do you have to be? Because I wouldn't trust it. Like, literally, that was how I tortured my brother. Like, dangling a loogie over him.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Who's Jane Fonda Jr.?
That's what I was wondering.
Probably Alyssa Milano.
So how are you guys maintaining your stockpiles?
Well,
What
first off,
stockpiles?
I haven't hit her shit yet because I've been doing this for the last 3 years.
True.
I don't know that this warrants even hitting them yet, honestly.
I did have to go into my deep freezer that just happens to have like good deals, like sales that I've had. But I did buy the last of the chicken at my grocery store, and I was like, I should probably put this back.
No.
Yeah, I was like, but being the oldest son, it kind of like it felt really fucking awkward taking the last of something.
Oh, Tulsi is Jane Fonda Jr.
Oh, that's some bullshit. She's not that bad. She's, she is a member of the party, and her attempt failed, so she did what she had to do. I don't like it, but she swallowed her pride and kissed the ring.
Tell us how you really feel, Jay.
I'm actually really happy with the shitheel governors of Coronaville. Both coasts. I don't know how if it's Seattle that got hit hard or if it was the whole state of Washington, but I haven't heard nothing from their governor. But Newsom and Cuomo have been doing a pretty good job. Oh, they are fucking crazy as a fucking shithouse rat, but
Yeah, they're doing okay. I'm just really sad for my hometown. That Reno mayor is a complete authoritarian. I mean, to fine businesses and revoke their business license and fine people for being outside. That's a bit much.
I got my fuck you letter today, so I'm good.
Oh,
you got a
let
what
go?
letter?
My fuck you letter. The letter that says I don't have to stay at home. I can go to work.
Oh.
You have papers?
I got the papers.
Oh, I actually have that too.
I'm probably getting one of those.
Technically, I don't have to stay at home either.
I'm sure there will be a point where
totally
they won't let me go to the office,
Well,
even though I'm basically the only one there.
Well, once my mandatory quarantine is up, I technically don't have to stay at home. I can go into the office if I want to.
But you're not. You know you won't.
We'll see how it goes, because if I can't access everything I need to access, I just may. But there'll be nobody there except the police officer, so. I'll be safe. But yeah, we'll see. It'll ultimately depend on whatever my test results come back as. Because if they do come back positive, then I'll stay an extra 14 days. But if they try to put me on any more medications, I'm just done, guys. I'm done. I've been on 6 rounds of steroids, 6 rounds of antibiotics, 5 rounds of steroids with no break. Back to back.
The antibiotics aren't going to do anything.
I'm on aggressive. I know the antibiotics aren't going to do anything, but they put me on another round of even more aggressive antibiotics, and I've literally had no break in between of the medications. So I'm getting to be at risk of other illnesses due to overuse of medication, basically.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I cannot handle any more rounds. I can't do it. I quit. I'll finish these out and that's it. But I mean, I don't know what they're doing really to treat this virus. I know one thing is there's not necessarily antiviral, but it's a combination of meds. One being Plaquenil. Plaquenil is one of the medications that they can use to help treat this COVID-19, the kung flu.
The Mugu guy pandemic.
Slant sickness here, young lady.
What?
We refer to that as a slant sickness here.
The slant sickness? All right.
Zip
That's
ahead
pretty much only
contagion.
you.
Yeah. Don't get us wrong. We still call it Alabama.
More racist name for that virus. Please do tell.
I liked railroad workers' disease.
I still prefer kung flu.
I mean, what about that ooh flu?
I like pandemic.
What was it?
Pandemic.
Mugu guy pandemic. That was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Pandemic. What about yellow fever?
Oh.
That's already a thing, though.
Yeah, Clavin's calling the flu Manchu. It's pretty good.
That's another thing. I mean, there's pretty much a split on my Facebook. Half my Facebook friends thinks it's so racist to call it a Chinese flu or anything else. And the other half is like, it originated in China. It's Chinese flu.
Well, if you look at it, so many of them have originated in that area of the world.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, this is the sixth time in this decade.
yeah, like you have to go to MRSA before you get out, and then you have to go back to the Spanish flu before that.
Yeah, the Spanish flu originated in China too.
Whoa, be less racist, okay?
No.
The great people of Hispania are
The Dago flu?
are proud people who fuck like all of South America.
Well, I don't remember hearing anyone calling or saying that calling Ebola was racist towards Africa. It began in the Ebola River, is where it originated from, in Africa. And we all call it Ebola, but nobody said that was racist. Why is it any different calling it a Chinese flu? Or the Wu flu, Wuhan flu, whatever people want to say. Like, I don't get it.
I came into work the other day, Saturday, and first thing I did, I came in and I went through 3 doors, so I washed my hands, and it was really quiet in the room, and I didn't want anybody to hear me singing "Happy Birthday," so I said the Pledge of Allegiance, like that was somehow better. But a couple of people were like wiping tears away, like it's so beautiful. Like, thank God I didn't go with the thong song. They were trying not to laugh.
Sicken. I like that one too.
I like whooping cough.
That's pretty good. Diabolical shit. Dr. Wu.
That's actually not bad. Damn it. Hang on. Gotta share something with y'all. There's messages. Should I put it there or should I put it to Bunny's thing? Let's put it in Bunny so she can see.
Yeah, we're all there.
I know I've had people call me Corona Chan, or my absolute favorite was Patient Zero.
Yeah. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
I've definitely heard worse ones having to do with Gus Down.
That's one country I haven't heard about how bad it's hit is France.
Well, they're still recovering from swine flu. They were the ones who were hard hit in the last one. Of course, they lucked out because they lost like 500 million people the year before from heat stroke. Like, just a bunch of old people died from the heat strokes because of their stupid climate fuckery. There's seriously several thousand people died from just having tin roofs and not enough power for the air conditioners.
And did you guys hear Winnie the Flu?
Yep.
Yeah, I heard that one.
That's another good
Do you think there's any chance that after this is all said and done that the international community does something against China?
No.
They're
No,
trying to side with China right now because Big Bag America is going after them by
I'm sorry, but fuck those guys. They keep, like we just said, every couple of years they come up with something fucking new. When are we gonna just nuke these fuckers and make this shit in?
Asymmetrical warfare. That's what they're doing. Like, we still haven't punished them for their theft of intellectual property. They are hacking U.S. corporations daily, and we've done nothing.
Yeah,
Trump
we let
kicked
them
in,
get
and
away with it.
we've started talking about tariffs. Like, they need to be punished financially because they're not just doing it to America. Any country with a good idea is getting hit by it.
So America.
I was trying to be nice, Sean.
First time?
America #1. China is asshole.
Don't believe China. China is
Don't trust
asshole.
China. China is asshole.
I mean, where's
Love
the
that
lie?
It's a lie. Exactly.
Donald Trump. China is asshole.
Trump, don't
I guess
trust
I'll have to
China.
look this up later.
China's asshole.
You don't know what we're talking about?
Not off the top of my head.
What?
All right.
Oh my God.
There's 3 people who don't get that now. It's you and Beauty and the Beta. That's how small a number of people who don't get it is.
Jeez. Even my parents get it, and I sent it to them.
It's Hong Kong's been under contention for a little bit of time, and they're warring with China over it. And a native Hong Kongian was they were praising Trump. They had Trump with the hot body Trump from Rocky. You don't remember like 2, 3, 4 months ago?
Yeah.
Did you see the picture of Trump as Rocky?
Yes.
All right. Well, just Google that. You'll find this guy. China is asshole.
I still have the
God.
link to the YouTube video. I'll just send it to him.
He's hilarious.
Mm.
So I've a lot of the celebrities have come out and done douchey things since the start of the coronavirus thing because they need their fame. And one of the ones that has hurt me the most is Les Stroud. He has he's made a couple videos and he has mocked somebody sleeping? What the hell am I listening to? Howie sleeping?
No.
Usually it's
Not
Steven,
me.
the guy snoring on the other line. And he mocks preppers as first off, when he actually talked about preppers, he did a southern accent and a shitty shotgun reference and get off my lawn. But it's just it's a little bit insulting for him to treat people who prepared in advance for this to call them out as assholes when it's the people who aren't prepared at all buying all the toilet paper. You know, if you're a prepper, you've bought it on discount every time it goes on sale. You're not buying it now.
This is true.
I mean, you won't get the you might not get the whole context of it, but you definitely get to see the clip there, Garrett. But Simon Pegg and Nick Frost made a Shaun of the Dead quarantine PSA. So there's that.
We need independence.
And what's your message?
Les has something new coming out, so he
have you
made
seen
a
Donald Trump? Do you think he should step in?
mock Survivor man. I'm like, you realize you're making fun of yourself, right? like you could have pretended to be Bear Grylls or something, but you had to pretend to be yourself.
I will say this. Being on mandatory quarantine is difficult because I didn't realize how much of a frozen custard problem I had. And frozen custard is not on delivery, and I can't go out and get it.
That's what Howie's for.
I'm not going to send him to go get it every single night.
Just let him know to come home
Why
with
you
it.
make him
A
go get like
standing
2 or 3
order.
of them, and then you just save them.
I could put it in the freezer.
Uh-huh.
That's a great idea.
I thought that's where.
Yeah, Josh. You'll hear about how great an idea that is from Howie tomorrow.
I'm sure. Hey, I helped Howie get his first firearm, so he'll let it slide, I'm sure.
Thanks, bro. I can't tell you how much I appreciate your help on this one, bro.
All right.
To be fair, I'm not that bad. I've been having Instacart deliver my stuff so that he lessens his exposure chances to the outside.
So I'm going to go ahead and
something?
hop off here, gents. You have a wonderful night, and I'll talk to you later.
Meatloaf is done,
Right,
man.
Take care.
Night.
Meatloaf is done, and then probably here in about another 30, 40 minutes, Josh is going to go to bed. He's got to get up at 4:30 in the morning.
Ooh, that's a
I remember those days.
a heavy dinner right before sleep. Good luck
Hell
with
yeah,
those
I'm going to
dreams.
sleep great. So. All right. Later.
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 Is 6 hour in hot water?
Sig?
Mm-hmm.
I've always thought they were price gouging, but that's just me.
What?
No, but, they just put out a second notice to the Hartley class action resolution. This is the P320 upgrade. That's a second notice. So I'm guessing they are desperate to try and get all these fucking faulty 320s off the street. I don't know.
What's wrong with their P320?
Are you serious?
I don't buy Sig, I buy Beretta. The other overpriced metal guns.
How did you miss that entire fucking meme war? It's not drop safe.
You shouldn't be dropping your SIG, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
You spent $1,000 on the fucking
Sometimes it
thing.
happens. Hang on.
And you're leaving out HK, by the way, Jay.
HK's got a pretty affordable line. Their striker fires are surprisingly reasonably priced.
So
Hell,
I don't
half
know
their
if this
striker
is...
fires are. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Half their striker fires are cheaper than Glock's. Glock's new line is $50 more than the VP9. Now, a P30, which is basically the same gun as a VP9, is about $300 more expensive. But that's German engineering right there. What's SIG's excuse? Vermont engineering? Massachusetts bullshit? What?
SIG?
Yeah.
Aren't they Austrian?
They're an American company. That's why they can sell in America. But yeah, they are, by definition, Austrian. Much like Glock, who is also an American company.
Sure.
Yeah. Smyrna, Georgia.
Here, check those out.
Smyrna?
Smyrna.
I want to say the SIG Academy is in somewhere up north in the colonies. Pretty sure it's Massachusetts.
Didn't Trudeau's wife get the kung fu?
Sophia. Yeah, Sophia.
Yeah.
My favorite part of that is she caught the Kung Flu, didn't give it to Justin, gave it to Idris Elba.
Yeah, I wonder. What?
Mm-hmm.
You got
Idris
some.
Elba caught it. Huh?
You got something to back that up?
You got some explaining to do.
Yeah, that the headline was Idris Elba catches Kung Flu from Sophia, whatever the fuck, Justin Trudeau's wife.
I wonder what her boyfriend thinks about all this.
Shit. So did any of you guys get to buy some ammo before they cleared out the shelves and bulk and everything else?
No.
I bought some shotgun
because
shells.
I was informed not to, so I didn't.
By whom?
Who do you think?
Well, now you're just SOL, darling. I hate to tell you.
I think we're fine though.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I live in a really good neighborhood, so I'm not too worried.
Yeah, this is true.
I mean, I couldn't find chicken, and this lady dropped chicken off to me.
Oh.
Yeah, she was really sweet. That's the thing. My neighborhood, they've been really focusing on the elderly and the immunocompromised people. And they were like, well, the kids are at school, let's get them to help. So
Yeah, let's send those
nice.
disease vectors door to door.
Oh,
What could
yeah,
possibly go
that's
wrong
right.
there?
I can honestly say that I've never been so sick in my life. Even all that stuff that went on with like my surgery back in 2018, like this is, I would rather go through that again, and that was awful. But that didn't last as long. I've been sick too long. Ooh. That's great.
What?
Humvees don't have keys.
You didn't know that? Military vehicles don't have keys.
No. Yeah, I didn't know that.
It's so the driver gets blown up, they don't have to search through body parts for keys.
Oof.
You just flip a switch halfway, a couple seconds later, flip it all the way.
Good to know.
Same thing with tanks. Still don't have keys, surprisingly.
Yeah, they're a little more difficult to just roll away with, though.
So, did you guys see there's a coronavirus challenge
Yeah.
that is getting worse?
What's the Corona challenge?
Oh, the Corona Challenge is a bunch of people. I want to see, like, I really don't want to say millennials, but there's probably some younger millennials doing it too, and younger. And they're basically licking, like, doorknobs and toilet seats and, like, other things that we touch multiple times a day just to prove that the coronavirus isn't a thing or to just be dumb. And then they also had to tell people that drinking bleach isn't going to keep you from getting the coronavirus. It's just going to kill you. Don't drink bleach.
Yeah, but
But
isn't
then all
that
of us,
just natural selection at work?
yeah. But then all of us depressed people over here, we've been saying that we want to drink bleach for years. Nobody said anything to us. I'm kidding. It's a bad joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, so people are just so dumb. I don't understand why.
Because our schools have failed them?
That's true. Their Corona challenge is a defense to murder. Yeah, I guess. Can you legally try someone for intentionally spreading the virus?
Apparently, you can do that for someone who talks about it, not even having spread it, because they.
Wasn't that kid on that Snapchat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't know. Like I took that as a joke. I didn't take that as a serious thing.
Oh no, he was spreading social experiments.
Mm. I wonder if we're gonna have any lawsuits come out though for manslaughter or voluntary manslaughter regarding like spreading the virus. I know there's a man who died in Japan and he intentionally went out. He died, I believe, in a bar in Japan. And he had the coronavirus and he said, or he left a note or made a post or something saying that he was going out to intentionally spread it. And I know there is a cult in South Korea that was dead set on spreading the virus too. All I know is North Korea has been pretty silent lately.
North Korea is asshole.
Yeah. But this hysteria, man. People are crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my kids have it.
The virus?
Yeah.
Aren't we just on the assumption that everybody has it at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My 12-year-old, unfortunately, just isn't feeling well at all.
Oh.
And then the 23-year-old also is in the same boat. So, T-minus 10 days for me.
Sorry, Sean. I've been lucky that... But... Yeah, I think the biggest thing about it that makes it so scary is how quickly it has spread worldwide, how quickly it's mutated, and then how it actually affects you is the scary part, because mainly for like relatively healthy people, if you get it and you have symptoms of it, like you're infected with it and you have your symptoms and stuff, it's very mild for you. It is very like battling the flu or a cold. It's upper respiratory. But what makes it so scary for the immunocompromised and elderly folk is that it can get lower into your lower respiratory, and that's where it does damage. So yes, it can damage your lungs. And you can get that with a little bit of the upper respiratory of it, I guess. But when it gets down into your lungs, it can actually go lower and your body starts to fail. Your kidneys begin to fail. Your lungs begin to fail. Your heart rate goes down by a lot, and then your heart starts to fail. And that's what's so crazy or scary about it in itself. And that's why the whole like stay at home social distancing is so important, is because of how it's killing people. And of course, they don't have a vaccine yet for it. It takes time for that. I mean, that's specifically how it works. And of course, it being airborne makes it a little bit more scary too. But then if you think about it, we have a bunch of airborne stuff all the time, but we've built immunity to it. This is just a new thing we haven't built immunity to, or have any way really of fighting it yet. That is why it's so important to wash your hands, kids. I was surprised by how many adult women I had to teach to wash their hands before I was put in quarantine.
I have to go buy more medicine tonight. Which means a trip to at least 3 stores because they've all got it rationed.
You know, on the bright side, I saw this guy online, and he was saying how this flu or this pandemic, whatever, this virus, will is good for population control.
I mean, it's dark.
Or the opposite of that. Not everyone who's quarantined is sick. Some of them are healthy young males with healthy young females.
Yeah. We'll have the corona babies. Then when they turn 13, they'll be the quarantines. Hey!
And on that note, I definitely want to shut it down.
File that one for about a decade from now.
Oh, don't say you haven't missed that. I'm medicated, I'm sorry.
Dads are going to ruin that with the terrible quarantines.
Where's the lie? That's exactly what's going to happen.
Boo. Anybody got anything else?
Not really.
No, I'm about to go to bed.
There's only one news topic, and it's consuming everything.
Unless we could talk about celebrities singing Imagine.
Let's not.
That was cringy.
That was, yeah, exactly.
Like, hey, celebrities that can't sing, here's the thing.
Well, I mean, Masked Singer is a thing.
All right.
I'm not a fan.
I'm going to kind of doze off, so I'll see you guys.
Take care. Yeah. I'm not a fan of it, but I did watch. I wanted to see how bad Sarah Palin did. She did a really good job. Like, she had no right to do a good job as she did. And people are still, just because they hate her. Like, you can't give credit to somebody you don't like.
I thought Nick Cannon did a really great job of that. I like giving her credit, but seeing the panelist's face when she took her mask off, everyone was like, "What?" You could just see their disappointment in their faces. I'd like to just come out and say that I'm 7 for 7 right now. I've guessed the first 7 people correct. I think 8, actually. I think we're on 8. 8. 8 people. I've guessed them correctly. And I'm pretty sure the rhino is Jeff Hardy.
Was the unicorn Kristen Stewart?
The unicorn? You mean the swan?
Whatever.
Oh, no, the swan was Bella Thorne.
From Twilight?
Bella Thorne was originally in a Disney movie called Shake It Up. She was the first victim of the Scream TV series. She was in a series called My Own Worst Enemy. And she was on Big Love.
Okay. All I've seen her in was the babysitter.
Oh, yeah. She's been on quite a few things.
She got shot in the tit. I know she got shot in the tit because she said it 17 times.
All right.
Mm-hmm. All right, gang, we're wrapping up. We're getting the out of here.
All right.
Let me do a couple of things here. All right. Say goodnight, everybody.